What's going on, guys? This is Thomas, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how I day trade everyday life using simple price action strategy. We're looking at S&P 500 2000 tick chart. It is March 29 and the current time, as you guys can see, is 14:11 in Prague, and in New York, current time in New York is 8:11. So this is for you guys who want to compare your charts to mine and kind of see what is the time difference between the locations. But as I came in, what I saw is the prices sell off here, and I tried to identify the current market structure to really help me identify what was happening, so I can safely predict what's going to happen next. So I found this short-term trend line, and we have a break and prices made a new low. So from this point on, this downtrend should be over, as I'm expecting, because it's according to trend line rules, according to price action rules. After break of a trend line, the traders will retest the new low, and this will happen here. And prices are continuing working up higher. We have a break and a new high, but we made a second leg to a new high right now again. All right, and I had to step away for a while, but I finished with doing the pre-market analysis, and we have a break and a new high. And even looking back, even if I extend this trend line right here, we have a definite break and a new high right here as well. And prices right now are looking a little bit range like there is no clear downtrend, no clear uptrend. But right now I'm maybe going to be starting to look for some short setups, because to the upside the trend should play out. All right, so it's been quite some time, and it looks like prices are heading now into an uptrend. And my initial analysis was slightly off, because as you guys can see, there was a trend line that formed, and actually I got very lucky here, because you guys can see we have a nice bounce off the trend line. They made it one tick lower or two ticks lower, and then reverse prices exactly where you thought it was gonna go. So, but I was thinking shorts at this point on, but actually there was a channel working up higher, and I got lucky here that because I probably would have entered first entry long, second entry long, and had I been looking for longs, had I found this trend line early on, because I was getting a vibe this is maybe a trading range day, because there is really up and down choppy. But you guys can see how efficient market is. This is a institutions trapping all the retail traders, because they just move the market one tick lower or two ticks lower, and then roll it up exactly where you thought it was going to go. But this is very rare. I mean, don't get discouraged by this. This is happening very rare. Such a two-legged move to the key entry point and it fell here. This happens very, very rarely, but this is what it is. It comes to territory, but that's trading. And you guys can see we pushed through the EMA, and this is a massive bullish momentum. And we have a first entry short, pull back, second entry short that fell. So this is a reversal pattern. This would be a high probability setup, because two failed attempts in the previous direction to go short. And we have a break of this trend line, and we're looking for a new high, but we're not close to the EMA, and we're using EMA as a key entry point. We cannot go long this far away from EMA or trend line. So even though it is a two failed attempts short, failed second entry short, and it's a nice trap, because there's a lot of traders that are going short here way too early. Unfortunately, I had to skip this. I'm about to put my limit order into this bar, and we'll see if we get filled. I'm putting it two ticks back, and perfect. You guys can see my stop loss is automatically in place. My target profit is automatically in place. This is due to automatic placing strategy. It will put my target profit and my stop loss automatically into place, so I can be earlier in the queue. And what I'm looking at, prices broke this trend line and made a new high, and that means, according to price action rules, that there is going to be time for correction or possibly straight up reversal. And each time we're closing below EMA, EMA is holding prices every single time. Right now we're in this downtrend working lower. You guys can see I found a trend line, and this was such a nice big bearish bar. Look how big this bar is, off the EMA, off the trend line. This is a key entry point. Even though this is such a first entry, I guarantee you a lot of longs, they got trapped here. They were looking for a new high way too late. We already have a new high, so they're going long way too late. They waited all this time to now go long, but right now the sellers are in control, and they're trapping all the shorts. So I'm hoping to get my 10 tick scalp, and this is a good sign. Let me make it a little bit bigger. And we out. Perfect. This was a good sign. We trapped even a few more longs here. First entry short. This is still part of a first entry, you could say, but this is one tick higher, and then another entry to go short. So this was pretty good. I'm going to be how I'm going to be playing it. I'm going to put my limit order right at this low right here, and how I'm going to be playing it is I'm going to be tracing my stop loss one tick above each swing. So as this market will continue to go lower and lower, if that will happen, each new swing I will tighten my stop and put it one tick above this each swing. But looks like we're getting some overshoot. I may be wondering, I mean, channels like this don't typically make a two-tier channel, so we'll see. We'll see. Alright traders, been a few minutes and I am tightening my stop exactly like this. Price is made one more swing and I tighten my stop one tick above this swing. This is the entire pivot, so one tick up, and I'm going to be tightening my stop this way. And I'm going to be moving my target profit as far as I can possibly. But here I can see this is the low of the day, so we may find some support right here. But right now we're at 350 in the bank, so it would be good if we actually reach this. But overall, prices found a top here, and we have a first entry long, second entry long. It would have been quite a good trade if the signal bar was slightly better here. But I like how the way each time we're closing below EMA and every single attempt to go higher is failing hard. And this is how you know that a lot of bulls are trapped here, because they're going long way too late. You already have a break in and you high. This one trade is really kind of caught me off guard, because such a nice second entry long off the trend line. But you know, that may happen as well. Anything can happen in trading, but you know, it will work 9 out of 10 times. This was just the one time, but you know, to be honest with you, such a nice setup off the trend line will work more than 9 out of 10 times. It's like 95% chance here. But yeah, we're in this runner and I'm gonna keep you guys posted. So prices made once again another swing right here, and I tighten my stop. This is how am I doing it? Once again, one tick above this signal bar. And you may be wondering, why am I doing this way? Because you know, when I see the money in my bank already, look at it, this is almost $400. This is very tempting to take, but I still don't want to leave money on the table. So this is kind of like in between. This is the middle of the road where I'm tightening the stop, so I'm ensuring some money to my bank account, but at the same time I'm not leaving money on the table. And this would be good if we actually reach this low. But the fact that we're getting such a massive overshoot, look at this. I mean, this may be some two-tier channel working here. Maybe some two-tier channel working. We'll see. In my previous video, I actually ended the runner with the overshoot, but that was because there was a good key entry point at the lows here. So I'm playing it slightly differently here. But when you keep overshooting, the overshoot usually, when you overshoot once, you should be going in the opposite direction. But the way we are overshooting, like here, we overshot 3 times. And that is really not the proper overshoot. This may keep telling me that the channel actually might be two-tiered. Alright, then prices are getting close to our stop loss. So hopefully they will bounce off of here, off the EMA. I wonder if my trend line is correct here. We're a few ticks. This would be like 280. Oh, not even 280. This would be like 250 if we get hit. And still pretty good money, but you know, nothing really big, just a nice little bonus to our scalp. So this is basically what we are doing. We're just mainly scalpers. This runner, this is just a bonus. This is just a gravy. Wondering if the trend line should be more like this. This fits like, oops. This fits. I'm gonna tighten my stop once again. One tick above this. It may be a two-tier channel, but it starts looking like it's overshooting, so we may probably go in the opposite direction here. Alright, and prices are making a double bottom right here and are bouncing, getting very close to bounce off our exit order. And I'm expecting for prices to actually, unfortunately, take us out here. But this is still a good $250 or $275, $250, and we out. So not a bad trade. Hopefully you guys can see why I like this, such a big bearish bar off the trend line, off the EMA, off the key entry point, and each time we're closing below EMA. Key entry point right here, key level right here. We have a break and a new high. So according to price action rules, it's time for a reversal or correction. And this looks like it's just a one tier channel, and it was being probably overshoot right here. And we actually broke. Hopefully I'm not too, hopefully I'm not jumping the gun here, because this is a first entry short, pullback, second entry short. We have a trend line working up higher, we have a break and new high. Let me tighten the stop quickly. We have a first entry short, pullback, second entry short. This is a one leg, pullback, second leg. You guys can see the leg is almost measured. I guarantee you, once again, first leg, very close to being measured. We came one tick shy away from being measured. We have a break and a new high. This is the first break of this downtrend. So this is a second entry short, high probability setup, in and downtrend. We are waiting for a new low, and we have a break and a new high. The only thing I'm really worried is the overshoot. But really, it may really be the two-tier channel. I'm really not sure here. But this is such a high probability setup that I have to take it, even though if I'm not sure. It is probably like this, because when you keep overshooting so many times, it's not really the overshoot. You probably just have your channel wrong, and it's a two-tier channel. And now we have this beautiful two-legged pullback, and we are waiting for a new low. So let's see what happens. We are in the middle of our trade. And this is a small risk entry bar, so you guys can see how the money management is really working in my favor. I'm going for 10 ticks. This is a 10 tick scalp, and you guys can see I'm covering 1.5. My ratio is 1.5 to 1, which is quite good, to be honest, because a lot of scalpers, they barely have 1 to 1. The trade is stalling a little bit. But the more I'm looking at it, the more I like it. Second entry short, two-legged pullback. We have a break and a new high, so this uptrend has played out safely. And a lot of people are probably going long way too early. We don't have a new low yet, and we got out here. I'm going to be playing the runner the same way as I explained right here. Once again, if we make it and we don't get stopped out here, I'm going to be tracing my stop loss one tick above each swing. That's the way I'm going to be doing this. But this was a nice two-legged pullback. This setup was really beginner-friendly setup, high probability. This was a little bit more advanced because this is the first entry. But we got two key entry points congruently running here, and we're closing below EMA, and the market context is telling us we're about to reverse. So hopefully this is the key level that was established, and this uptrend played out with the break and a new high. Once again, looking back, I got a little bit lucky here today, because I definitely, although this is a horrible doji bar, and as you guys can see, prices made a big move down, but we haven't made a new swing yet, so I'm not tracing my stop loss yet. So this is why you guys can see, this is how I'm doing it. If we don't have a new swing yet, I'm still leaving the room here, even though it is very tempting to, save and ensure the profit. We haven't made a new swing yet, so I'm not tracing the stop loss here. All right, and this is when I'm moving my stop loss here. Once again, one tick above each swing. I have to put it above this bullish bar, not just this bearish bar, because this bar is still part of this signal bar. This is the entire swing, so I have to put it one tick above the entire swing. And then once again, I'm going to be moving it as we go lower and lower, hopefully. All right, and we're getting close once again, getting stopped, and we got stopped out here. Never mind, I have to run off here, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. It was just a 2 quick trades, fairly decent, but you know, I have to run, so I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye guys.